officially 2021, and this is our first podcast of the year, and we're going to talk about 2020 and how we felt about it, what we did, and what we didn't do, what we wanted to do, and our goals for this year. So 2020 was
a shit
fun.
show.
I mean, FOMO Queens were established 2020 so that was good.
I feel like that was the highlight of the year.
Sure.
We all officially met
as a group,
as the FOMO Queens.
Yes, we formed the group in 2020.
Right. Yeah.
Vanessa's disregarding our years before that.
No, she just means that Diana was added.
Right, and because we've had some add-ons in the group, you know,
yeah.
in the middle of 2020.
Yeah.
So, Diana being one.
She didn't like us before, so it's okay.
Bitch, that's sorry, bitch. You said it.
That's not what I
You said it. I was thinking it.
I'm just kidding. No,
Diana was my other friend.
I was the extra friend.
The other friend.
The other
My
friend.
friends can hang out, can you hang out?
But she called us the other friends.
True.
True.
Well, it's good. Okay.
I lurked on her IG before.
No, you didn't.
You couldn't.
Was it someone else? Your bio. Were you the evil twin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I was never unprivate until I was out of the relationship.
Unless you put her Twitter like I did.
Unless you added her on the Finsta, and then maybe she.
I'm like, did I?
I'm just kidding.
Loki. So yeah, 2020, we met. How did we start?
2020 was a shit show, but it really made people like the creativeness come out, and that's
Really?
that's what helped, you know, the podcast.
And I feel
come out.
like, it really also created a bigger bond with us, right? Just because we used to be hanging out almost every weekend. And then quarantine happened, we're on this lockdown, COVID's out, and it was scary. It was the unknown, you know? This is our generation's first, you know, pandemic. So we didn't know what to expect, and we did a lot of FaceTiming, house party.
I think it showed, like, it's easy to say, I love my friends, I'm attached to them, I love hanging out with them, I love this relationship, when you see them consistently. But when that's taken away from you and you have to depend on communicating every day, like, more effort, more so in a way, because it's like, through the phone and being consistent with that, I think it showed us that, like...
Remember I mailed you guys a letter?
Yes.
That was so cute. That was my first TikTok.
I still think about that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that letter was so cute.
Yeah.
And how even seeing each other would be a whole big event.
Right.
Even
We're so
on
excited.
FaceTime or house party or whatever it was a big
We would like drink,
thing.
listen to like live DJs together. Like, yeah.
We used to go live on IG, take
Yeah.
shots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember.
We would like quarantine a couple weeks before even seeing each other. So even like the effort we would put into seeing each other just showed us, I think, how invested we were into this friendship.
Right. We were willing to stay home for 2 weeks so that we could see each other one day.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And as we were talking earlier, someone made a comment that if it wasn't for us having a quarantine, we probably wouldn't have created the FOMO Queens, which is so true.
No.
Yeah. A lot of people got really creative. I saw a lot of people, you know, from our high school start businesses of some sort, or, you know, tap into their creative side.
I saw a lot of banana breads being made. So
Banana
And sourdough.
Thank you, Chrissy Teigen. That was her doing.
A lot of clothing lines, you know, just a lot. And I think although 2020 had its obvious bad moments, we all make the most of it. I mean, there was definitely sad times. It started off, you know, it started off actually
Really scary.
Yeah. And then, you know, Kobe died, and then like all of this, like
all the protests.
There
was a lot of negative this year
Yes,
too. Like, I think
yes.
we're talking about, you know, the positive side that we tried to take from this whole pandemic, but there was a lot of negative
And our
sad,
personal.
personal around the world. Like, it was a sad year.
Yeah.
Every single month it was something different. That even if it was just murder hornets or, you know, a thing. It's
Forgot about
There
the
was
murder hornet.
The fires in
The
Australia,
fires.
and then the fires just out in the valley. Yeah, there was a lot.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
bad stuff that happened this year.
Yeah.
But, you know, everything, you know, every life struggle that comes at you, people can either get bitter or better from it. And luckily, you know, a lot of us I not just us, a lot of people I saw really, you know, striving and, you know, trying to grow from it as much as they could.
And I don't know about for you guys, but I think if anything, it made me put my own life into perspective. Not even just because of our personal like lives, about how we were going about things or what was taken away, what I couldn't do anymore. Because in the sense that showed me like old habits and I didn't want to go back to, or habits that I needed to get back on. But also, like we were talking about all of when like the protesting was going on and just the things that were going on in the world, that also made me more aware. So I feel like if anything, it also gave me a new perspective going into 2021.
We got educated on a lot of things. I know
Very
I
much
did.
so.
We got schooled.
Yeah,
very
for
much
sure.
so.
A lot of things that, you know, I didn't see as or take as a priority, or just things that I was just in the blind, or how do I say it? Like
in the dark
about that I didn't know, and then
Yeah.
it was coming to light. It was all over the news, all over social media, things that some specific friends knew more about, and it was like, wow, I did not know any of this. Let me educate myself, and we really did. And I even think with the whole pandemic, it took a toll on a lot of people's mental health, because I know it did affect me at one point.
You know, you said we learned a lot from it, and there's things that we were in the dark about. At this point, if you're ignorant, it's a choice. Like, you're choosing to be ignorant, because there's just so much that could have been learned this year that, you know, we did learn from. And even just, you know, Black Lives Matter. I mean, I think most of us, you know, already know that Black Lives Matter, but we learned so much more from it than we, you know.
And the resources of like how we can help, how we can
Right.
get out there. Even, you know, it was a really tough time with the whole protest. I know there were people that wanted to help, but, you know, at the end of the day, they may have had to go home with family, or they might have like an underlying condition where they didn't have the ability to go out there and protest. It didn't mean they didn't want to, but I know people who were donating, who were, you know, constantly active on social media, like doing their part as well too. And I feel like everyone in our friend group did that as well.
Even just talking to your family, I think, like, I had a lot, you know, it's amazing how Latinos are, like, low-key kind of racist sometimes. And, you know, just Latinos at home, I know we are Latina, I feel like we've all maybe had to have difficult conversations with our family that we didn't think we ever would have to have. And I'm like, wow, it was, even that was important to
and
do.
that, you know, they're more traditional or old school, and they didn't grow up in our generation where, you know, we have not the education, but like the resources, like social media and like the internet and stuff. Our parents, you know, my mom still watches the news, and you know, not to disregard the news, but so much stuff on that is filtered. Like, they want you to see what they want you to see, you know? So
So what do you think? Okay, so like individually, like what will probably be the highlight for like your 2020? Like individual Daisy, like what was probably the best thing that happened to you in 2020?
I see so many really good things. Like, it's so hard to choose one. I'm a Gemini. It's hard to be decisive. Spending time with you guys, the podcast, I feel like that was definitely a highlight. So friends wise, I feel like we got, you know, we were friends before, maybe individually, or, you know, sometimes hung out as a group, but it just got more, you know, solidified because of COVID. Like, we love each other, it's clear. And then another one of my highlights, sorry, I have to choose at least two, is, yes, you know, I lost my job and had to move back with my mom and all that, but I see it as such a blessing that I got this time with my brother, because there's such a big age gap between me and my brother that, you know, I moved out and he was still a little kid, and, you know, I feel I bonded with him, but now going back home and, you know, spending this time with him, now that he is a teenager and, you know, his brain's developing more, I could have more conversations with him as an adult now, or, you know, he's starting to think a little bigger now. I love the quality time I have with him, and, you know, like his big sister and his little brother, and we have so much more respect for each other now, and, you know, insiders, and it's really important to me.
that's good. Yeah, I definitely think I don't live with, you know, my parents and stuff, but with all my family, I feel like we got closer. Like, I was even doing big Zoom calls with like my immediate family. We'd never do stuff like that, and I thought it was really nice. And just taking on a new hobby, like with this podcast, like I feel like I haven't had something that like really like truly motivates me, or like where, I mean, I'll like reading here and there, but I couldn't actively like go do stuff. And this, like, I just really gained an interest. I love the editing. I love like the meeting up and like the brainstorming and stuff, and seeing the final project come together. So that was a highlight for me.
I don't know, I'm indecisive too. I'm kind of a Gemini, so there's been a lot of, I don't know, definitely like some honorable mentions is like my second nephew being born. Like, I don't want to take away from that, because like my sister's my baby, and so that's like my baby too. This podcast and everything. Internally though, like, I think in a weird way, I probably went through like a huge like setback or like heartbroken like this past year, like 2020. But in a way, like, I feel like for the past, like, all of 2020 and towards the end of 2019, I felt very lost in the sense of like, I knew what I wanted to do, but you know when like every day like you're putting work into your habits and into school or work or whatever, but there's no drive there or like passion or motivation. I feel like ever since I got through what I went through in 2020, like that setback and that heartbreak, I feel like I know myself more than ever. Like, I feel like not even just my job and in school, but I find myself like goal planning more, wanting to invest in like something like this, the podcast, just more driven, more motivated for like, and for me personally, not for like what I'm gonna do with someone else, if that makes sense.
Right.
So
You're living for you.
Right, and I feel like I needed that back, and I had been missing for so long that once I went through that, like, I feel like lately that's what I've been feeling, and I'm like, it's so nice to like have that back. Like, it's refreshing. You go to bed and I think wake up feeling like there's opportunity, and I don't like, and I used to have that when I was younger, so like getting that back makes me feel like I'm not as lost, if that makes sense. So that was, and not even just the setback in 2020, but overall 2020 as a year, it being a weird and confusing year, I think brought that back to my reality.
It's good.
My turn?
Yeah.
Obviously the podcast, like everybody else said, very grateful that we have a new hobby and we get to connect on a whole different level. Since this is like a really big part of our friendship and like us being creative and all that, I really appreciated that being established. Personally, I feel like I became very grateful of the people around me, like our friend group and people who would reach out to me asking me like how my family is, how I'm doing. You know, I left my restaurant job to the job that I'm doing right now. That was different. I'm grateful for health. Like all of us here, all of our friend group luckily didn't get COVID. We've been very safe and, you know, very cautious of each other's home situations and all that.
And we've gone tested. We've gone tested, so we know we
get tested
have
often.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, it's just, and self-growth and self-love. Like I feel like this year has been the one year for myself where I'm truly happy, like the happiest I've been in a very, very long time. So, you know, oh, sorry.
Say it again.
I hate it with my headphones.
Say it louder to the people in the back.
But yeah, I just feel like I learned to like love myself and just be happy and take every little thing in and just very appreciative.
And you'll do it again.
In 2021, I'm going to be the same.
Even better. For me, well, 2020 was just a very, it was hard for me, just like how it was for most people out there. I lost a grandparent, you know, and even my other grandparents, they know it was really hard for me to not be able to see them. Like I still don't see my grandparents often. It just made me appreciate life so much more. It made me appreciate the little things. It made me be more driven and made me realize like you don't know what you have until it's literally taken from you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I've always had issues with like going back to school and stuff, and then thinking about like how people are without jobs and people were left like with nothing, and it just made me grateful for the job that I had. It made me want to do more. Definitely I had some heartbreak in there too, and it just made me feel it just 2020 just made me realize that I'm way more than what, you know, I could do anything I pretty much set my mind to. And I just feel like with the year coming up, I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to be. And I just feel like it just made me, like I said, it just made me realize like what I had and what I don't have. But the highlight, like my highlight would probably be having you guys and doing the podcast, and not even the podcast, but just we would do like park dates. We would go to the park and be in the open, and we just got so creative. Even when it came to birthdays, it's a lot of us. There's a lot of birthdays, and even when it came to birthdays, we would, you know, just do what we could to be a part of each other's lives still. And yeah, I just feel like the highlight would be just loving myself more and being appreciative for everything. So clearly, you know, 2020 had its ups and downs, and we pretty much all agreed that the FOMO Queens, the podcast, was one of the best things that's happened to us last year. And we want to continue that for 2021, and we want to strive and be better.
Okay. I think, you know, it started as like, you know, a little hobby of something fun to do, but I mean, I think we've all have shown in like more than it just being a little temporary interest. Like we see this as it has potential. We see this going as like a long-term activity for us, you know, and hopefully one day we blow up or whatever. You catch us on Kiss FM with Ryan and
Bitch.
No, just kidding. But I mean, yeah. I think we've really only been doing this for like 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
And, you know, our following, you know, it started out with obviously just our friends and stuff, but we've been getting more people listening.
Guys, we have listeners in Sweden, in Mexico, in
I could pull it up.
We had wait, what was the Call us Mr. Worldwide.
Somewhere Mrs.
No. Oh, in Kenya. In Kenya.
No, Kuwait.
Oh, Kuwait. Yes.
Kuwait.
Kuwait. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we have
people obviously in the United States. That's like 90-something% of us. We have Israel listeners. Shout out. Mexico listeners. Poland. Kuwait.
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 We literally said the same, and I was like,
and Sweden.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
We have some listeners, which is like really crazy because we started thinking nobody was gonna care. They're just like, whatever, these bitches think they're all that starting a podcast. But I mean, we're doing it for fun, and we're doing it, you know, for the long run.
And maybe you also don't care, but you be listening, so.
Right. you know, like Cardi said on the award, she's all like, you know, I want to thank all my listeners, but I want to thank my haters too, because y'all be listening. Y'all be streaming my music. Y'all be streaming our podcast.
Shout out Sweden.
Yes, I mean,
sure.
I mean, yeah.
So, yeah, I think we're just really thankful for this year, and
we're excited to get more people on. We have like we said, like this is just 5 of us. We come from a bigger friend group. We're excited to see more of the girls on, get some guys on.
We for sure like appreciate guy listeners. Thank you, because I feel like we've had each guys who like give us opinions or thoughts or, you know, like
we
affirmations
who want to be featured.
We definitely take it into consideration because know we're women, so like we know what women want to kind of listen to, but we appreciate our guy listeners and we want to cater to you as well. So like if you guys want to leave us some feedback and let us know exactly what you want to listen to, we could definitely do that. I think we definitely want to get some more guys on our podcast and do some YouTube videos.
Get some guys' perspective. So if you're interested, you know, hit us up in our DMs and let us know.
We already have some guys in line.
In mind, yeah. 2021 is definitely going to be a more creative. I feel like we've been creative, but it's definitely going to be more creative and try to get more listener engagement going so you guys feel involved.
And like us as a group, we have a lot of goals for the FOMO Queens and what we want to happen. We're thinking about merch in the future.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, even like they said, like special guests and
more giveaways. So wait, Vivi actually gave Vanessa a really cute FOMO Queen sticker, and I feel like that would be like a really good thing to sell.
And if you want a sticker of Emma's ass, let me know and I will create it for you. I'm talking all kinds of merch.
Yeah.
And Diana with the headphones.
Yeah, and obviously, we want to make it where it's like, where men and women can wear our merch, or it's not just so like FOMO Queens on your chest. Like,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
we want to get creative with that as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Those
unless you want my face blown up, you want some boxers with my name, my face all
You have some
over.
Vanessa Cities on your shirt.
Oh, shut up! You want some pastrami lips on me? We're always open for feedback and yeah.
And let us know if you feel like we could expand on this idea even more. Give us more ideas. We'll definitely take that into account. I mean, it's only our first day out here. Like, we don't know.
It's only our third month out here.
We don't know what we're doing. We're just doing it for fun and, giving people a way to get to know us better. If you don't already know us. And if you do know us and you're watching our stuff to keep up with us, like, I feel like that's really cool. So
and we'll need vlogs for that too. We'll keep
Yes.
doing vlogs. Hopefully, things get better and we can actually go somewhere together as a group. That'd be great.
Yeah, I feel like the feedback has been good too. Like, people have like personally hit us up on the side, whether it's individual or on our actual FOMO Queens account, and they're like, dude, like, I look forward to Wednesdays hearing the podcast or your vlogs or the chemistry. We read some of the reviews and the comments. Like, we're so thankful for that because, at the end of the day, we're doing this for ourselves to look back on. But just knowing that maybe we're, impacting some people in some way where, they think our weird asses are interesting and fun. Well, then, hey, I'm glad.
If you are able to let me quit my 9 to 5, I'm grateful for you.
Period.
Yeah, Diana said she wants to retire at 45.
Make that happen.
I said if all things go well, I'll love to retire at 45.
She's realistic though. She said probably not, but
Yeah, not very realistic. But,
Can we make a FOMO Queens Hinge account?
for all time of us,
what kind of orgy are you thinking about?
She's the only one with the
But that's just want to be able to be on Hinge.
No,
for some
just
reason.
I'll give you my password.
just put like our picture and like send the links to our stuff, like follow for follow.
people are really trying to find love on that app, and you're like, follow us on Instagram.
Well, I'll love you if you follow me.
Be like, hey, I got 4 friends. Everyone is available.
Hey, I got 4 single friends. What's up with it?
I don't know if I want her or her.
For her.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have it's only January. We got 11 more months.
We have a whole year of like more podcasts, more ideas.
And we have a lot just of like trips and like activities that hopefully we can do this year that we didn't get to do last year. A big part of our friendship is making memories together. So whether it's sitting in my living room talking and chismeando and, drinking, hanging out, dancing, or at the park, or doing an Airbnb with our friends, or taking a whole ass trip like we eventually plan to, that's our goal. And just to get closer together and stronger and have a healthy friendship.
I
I
agree.
agree. Yeah. Are there any more goals that we want for the podcast?
Hopefully, just to get bigger.
Yeah, I think
More
we definitely do
engagement.
want to do more. I for sure want to do more. Well, like I said, having guys on and guys. I think topics that would find interesting is important. But also vlogs, not just vlogs of trips, but vlogs of maybe we do some challenges or something different, or even us just like cooking with somebody. I feel like we could get really really creative.
Let us know if there's a specific guy in our friend group that you want to see on that you think would be interesting and funny, and we'll get him on and get it popping.
Or if you want to be on.
Yeah, let us know if you want to be on. Be a special guest.
It's always important.
Yeah. We can do Zoom calls, Zoom podcasts. Once I learn how to do that.
We were thinking about adding that in our.
We were, and Omego. I still want to do an Omego.
Oh yeah.
Is it Omigi? Maybe.
Oh, Bible?
That doesn't sound right.
Bitch, she said Omigi.
And like I even like doing this podcast was definitely out of my comfort zone.
Mm.
So
Oh, yeah, it
I
was.
definitely I'm a very shy person. I'm very awkward, as you could probably tell in the last podcast you've had. And I think that is also another goal of mine is to be more out there, and this
Like a
podcast is
extrovert.
definitely helping.
Yeah.
Because y'all know all my shit.
I completely agree.
All my
But yeah,
shit.
it's like before we started to now, like you have a totally different way of like. I've seen you make more confident and outspoken and
Just in the way when you were talking about your reflection of 2020 and what you wanted for yourself in 2021. When I first met you, like, because mind you, me, Vivian has known Emma the shortest.
yeah.
I have.
Okay, well, close to the shortest. But just to hear, but even when I met you, to hear you say that, I feel like when I met you, you would have never said.
Well, when you
something
met me,
like
I was a wreck.
that. Right.
You were
So
a wreck.
even if
I
you
was
say
a
something
wreck.
like that,
I was
just
about to
shows what, how empowered you feel now. Yeah.
Oh, my turn, my turn.
Yeah, take that.
Don't leave me.
So yeah, I think just all of us, this was out of all of our comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure.
We had no way. Diana literally taught us. Well, she's the tech. She's very
She's our
techy.
DJ.
I'm the tech guy.
And
girl.
even this was so new to her, and then
Yeah.
like she got it like that. We're trying to learn, but
Yeah, I mean, everything's a learning process. I'm happy that I'm learning it with you guys. Like, you guys are the ones that are learning it with me, and we're experiencing all these firsts together because
Yeah.
who would have
She
thought?
just wants to wear the headphones and look cool.
I mean, do I look cool? Like,
Yeah, I know you look cool. When I went
Yeah.
back, I'm like, oh, she looks cool.
I know.
I feel like this shit like messes up my hair. I don't get
No.
it all.
Sometimes I want to wear the headphones, but I don't want that responsibility.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
need
I'll
to
tell
do
Polly
Lindy.
D.
cover your tattoo.
No, it's not right now. I should.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, another goal for our podcast, kind of, we all have to get the butterfly matching tattoo.
I took one for the team and got her first to show them how much it would hurt. I'm just kidding.
She's the worst with pain. She
No,
got
I'm
it
just
first.
kidding. I got it for other reasons, but mine was a separate reason. But I do want to be present when they all get their tattoo. And even if ours is for similar reasons or different reasons, I think it'll be cool that we all have like a similar symbol on tattoo.
Yeah.
Because again, I think everyone wants a different type of tattoo
Right.
of the same symbol, so it'll be beautiful.
I've never been so certain about like a tattoo. Like I always had my phases where I was like, oh, I want a tattoo, like and then I was like, okay, I don't know what I want, and I'm not about to regret this Hello Kitty or son on
Oh my God.
5 years later.
I thought about getting a Hello Kitty
Yeah.
once upon a time.
Oh, I'm glad you
I
did
was
that.
absolutely.
I mean, girl, I love Tinkerbell. I was
Yeah.
like, how do I get Tinkerbell? Thank God I didn't. But like the butterfly, there's a lot of
Oh,
meanings
yeah.
to it, like where it would actually be like symbolic for me.
I've never wanted to get, I've actually always said I will never get a tattoo. I will never get a tattoo. But there was a part of me that said, oh, if I get a tattoo, I will do something. Like I want to get like amen or something,
Yeah.
saying I believe, in a higher power. But it was, I was never actually going to do it. I was saying if I were to get one, it'd be that. And then you guys said we should all get a matching butterfly tattoo. And then I was like, I'm sold. I'm doing it.
And a butterfly is a
Okay.
win-win for me because at the end of the day, they're all gonna have butterflies on them. So it's like they have a piece of me on them. Because in case you guys didn't know, do you know what
Here we
Vanessa
go.
means?
Oh
Here we
my
go.
God.
Let them know because the viewers don't know. What does it mean?
It means Vanessa.
But it means Diana.
No,
too.
Vanessa means
Oh,
butterfly.
But butterfly means Diana too.
You wrote it on my letter. Did you lie? Or she probably did. But honestly, butterfly has a lot of
It has a
meanings,
lot more
and
meanings.
it's
Yeah.
several meanings.
It
It's
shows
different.
growth.
In different cultures, languages, different types of butterflies mean different things.
Yeah.
I think it's just beautiful how universal the butterfly the symbol, what it means to everyone.
Right.
And it'll be our own special little
Yeah.
version of it, and I think it'll
But
be
butterflies mean different meanings for
each of
like,
us.
Yeah,
individually. So I just think that like it just tied in together for
Right.
us. It was
That's
just like
so
one
perfectly.
single thing or one single item.
Yeah.
Is a butterfly an item?
I think
Yeah, we
I,
all
think
saw
I
that.
agree with Vanessa on it meaning like growth, but to me it also means like you're a special person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's friendship. Yeah.
What did you want to say?
So stay tuned for our
Our
Tattoo-
we should
tattoo
do
vlog?
it. That should be a vlog. We should because we want to do it like all in together, right? In a
Should we
house
just pay a
call.
little extra for that tattoo party?
We should.
Yeah.
We need to see what his. No
No.
offense.
Yeah.
If you're a tattoo artist in the future, but we need to see your work before we actually like.
Right.
Or maybe we should
Yeah.
get Daniel to come over.
Yeah, and now that I'm hardcore, with my butterfly tattoo.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe I'm
Sons of Anarchy.
Maybe.
Okay,
Kim gets one tattoo and she's
She's
like,
Kat Von D.
I can be in a gang now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Emily's over here with 5.
I'm gonna start tagging her on Tattoo Ink. And
Me and Emma were the ones with the
I
tattoos.
know. We're pretty tired.
Maybe high five.
I didn't know there was a high five.
Oh my god, we're gonna get together. Virgins.
Yeah, Daisy and Vanessa are the virgins. The other half of D Money is not a virgin of tattoos, and the other V Rod is not a virgin.
She just lost her virginity today.
I know, we all have tattoos.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can't sit with us.
For legal
Yeah.
reasons, for my parents watching, I don't have tattoos.
Stupid ass. But yeah, so I hope you guys liked our little 2020 recap and
Yeah,
2021 goals.
We're excited for. We're glad 2020 is over.
Yes.
That's for sure. And we're excited for 2021.
We're excited where this goes, to see where this goes. We're excited to see our friendship grow and mature and become more creative with one another.
And to engage with you guys more.
Yeah, for sure. That is another goal.
Chef's kiss.
All right, so thank
All right,
you
guys,
for tuning
thank
in.
you.
See you on the next episode.
Follow, like, subscribe. Hit our
Leave a
likes,
review
leave a
on our
review.
Apple Podcasts
Yeah.
and let us know what you think.
Wishing you the best new year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys.
Bye.
See